Today we have prepared a selection of the most interesting Turkish TV series in 2023, and not only enjoy your viewing pleasure, and we begin with the series. Boundless Love. At a very young age, Halil Ibrahim went to Istanbul. He left his native land. The protagonist comes from Karadeniz, where he returns after 20 years. In the past, not of his own free will Halil left. It was all about a terrible event, the murder of his father. Ibrahim was forced to flee. Now in Halil's life everything is good in his homeland. He wants to live happily with his beloved bride Yasmin. Soon Ibrahim will realize that danger awaits him again. But this time the protagonist does not intend to leave his homeland. He is ready to fight. The sworn enemy of Khalil is the family, because of which many troubles had to endure a man. The protagonist is overwhelmed with revenge and wants to destroy the life of the family of his enemy. But unexpectedly he encounters Zeynep, whom he instantly becomes enamored with, and from that moment, plans for revenge become ghostly. The man needs to understand what is more important for him, a strong love, or the desire to punish those responsible for the troubles in his life. Hide Me. Meet and Naz had been inseparable since childhood, thanks to their parents. Everything pointed to the fact that, having grown up, young people will definitely create a family, and now childhood has passed. Meet finishes his studies abroad and returns to his hometown. In the near future, Meet plans to work in the family business and, of course, marriage with Naz. Unexpectedly, the plans of the protagonist of the series change when he meets a charming beauty named Ingi. Meet immediately realized that this is love at first sight. The acquaintance of Meet and Ingi led to the fact that they spent the night together. Soon the young man has to realize that Ingi is acquainted with Naz. Start watching a melodrama narrating a complex love triangle. As it later turns out, Ingi is Naz's maid. But this fact does not embarrass Meet. He is sure of his sincere feelings. Meanwhile, parents begin to insist that Meet and Naz become a family. The protagonist realizes that by choosing Ingi, he will oppose his family. But he is not ready to go against love either. Devoted. Tarek has always treated his own sister with great respect and sincere love. The life of the protagonist of the series changes dramatically when his sister is killed. The fatal shot will start a cycle of hundreds of events. All Tarek wants now is to avenge his loved one at any cost. Start watching the series with a storyline that intertwines the thirst for revenge, unexpectedly flashed love feelings, and they are impossible to resist. On the most ordinary day, the fates of Tarek and Elif intertwine. The protagonists immediately realized that something magical arose between them, so began to bud feelings. But will Tarek be able to devote himself to love when he is overwhelmed by revenge? Will the man be able to come to terms with the fact that his sister Elif has taken away someone close to him? Elif is an incredibly charitable person with an open mind. She is ready to go to great lengths to give Tarek a happy future, in which there will be no hatred and anger. You will watch with great interest the series about people who are enveloped by feelings. Tarek will have to make a difficult choice. He is ready to do something terrible for revenge, or forgive for love. Dirty Basket. The plot of this mini-series unfolds in luxurious mansions, in which ordinary maids work. Unnoticeable and insignificant in the eyes of others, they are constantly around rich and influential people who have many secrets and mysteries. This whole world of luxurious affluence is filled with rumors, intrigue, and forbidden secrets, and no one suspects how much these simple women are aware of what is going on. However, everything changes after a tragic event, the suicide of one of the maids. This woman's death shocks her co-workers, leaving many questions. The maids, not wanting to leave Miriam's death unanswered, decide to conduct their own investigation and find out who or what was the last straw that overflowed the cup of her suffering. They enlist the help of renowned journalist Carmen Serkay Tatunku, who is also intrigued by the maid's mysterious death. Together, they begin to open doors into the hidden world of the elite mansion and untangle the knots where at first glance everything was so perfect. Each new detail leads to a new discovery that brings Sungul and Carmen closer to the truth about Miriam's death. Life as it is. Sudi Pyasli leads the life of not a law-abiding citizen. He has a great influence in the criminal underworld and is often involved in shady deals. His capital is growing, but with it comes the risk of going to jail or becoming a victim of a crime spree. And so it happens, during one of the risky operations, he finds himself on a hair's breadth from death, almost dying. The protagonist of the series decides to radically change his way of life. Now he is not a criminal mastermind, but an ordinary school teacher. True, he will have to work in college, where sent their difficult children the most influential parents. These teenagers from Generation Z do not put adults in anything and live by teenage laws. Clip consciousness and thinking, limited by fashion trends, does not allow them to develop. At the same time, the herd instinct works perfectly in this educational institution. But how can the students, who have never held anything heavier than a gadget in their hands, stand up to a new educator who has been through fire and water? Together with Sudhi Pyasli, the schoolchildren will have to change and learn to live by completely different rules. Which show will you watch first? Write in the comments.